Alright lads, welcome back to Shedworks. In today's video we're going to be getting the engine ready to go into the engine bay. So putting the flywheel clutch on, gearbox, we're going to be changing some sensors and injectors and talking a bit about what I'm doing with the engine and how I'm going to get the power I hope to get. So yeah, currently the engine bay is in primer. It's waiting on some base coat, so I'm just kind of letting it cure at the minute. But I've got some cool stuff I want to show you guys before we get into the video. So interesting box, we'll come back to that. I just want to talk about this here for a minute. My good buddy at Bung Print is after sending me these bits. It's after coming all the way from the Netherlands. So these are some 3D printed parts you can get for your Starlet. So this is the 3D printed vent gauge adapter, suppose you'd call it. And I originally had my fuel air ratio gauge there. It was kind of cable tied on, I suppose, onto this vent that was in here. It was all right, you could see the gauge, but these adapters are way better. So if you look at it, it's got a bit of an angle, so it's angled towards the driver, and it clips in basically to replace the vent. It's good quality stuff. I think it's deadly. So originally I bought one of these off his Etsy store, and I liked it so much I wanted to buy another one. So I messaged him and he was like, yeah bro, I know who you are, so let me send you out some more bits. And yeah, he sent me out the second one, so that's going to go in there. And I'll get maybe an oil pressure gauge. I think might have a gauge here somewhere to go into it. And he sent me this one as well. So this goes the opposite vent, so to my right side anyway. It's good quality stuff. I'll probably fit this one too when I get another gauge. Just check it out, lads. I'm really happy with it. I'll add a link to his website, and you can check out all the stuff on his Etsy store. So this one is a cup holder, and this kind of goes on the dash in the middle, kind of next to the bulge where the clocks come up. But yeah, there's like adapters, so take smaller size cans and bottles, won't rattle too much. I don't know how to mount it exactly. Maybe a bit of Tech 7 or sealer or something, just dab it on the bottom. Should stay on the dash nicely. But yeah, I'm going to talk about sensors. Alright, so first sensor we're going to be replacing on the engine is the knock sensor. So I've got this Bosch knock sensor. There's a part number. There's an adapter that's needed to fit it. I'll show you what it looks like. Knock knock. There she is. So we have a look at the old one. Just turn the engine on its side here. So it's in there, under that coolant pipe, under the intake manifold, between the back of the engine and the firewall. So if your engine's still in the car, you're going to have to reach up and get it. It is a 27mm. Yeah, so to fit this you need an E7 female torque socket. Fits the top. I'm sure there's other ways around fitting it, but that's what's on the end of it, so that's what I'm going to use because I have one. Okay, so that's one down. Next sensor we're going to replace is the coolant temperature sensor. So I've got this one here. It's not a Bosch one, but it's the same thing. There's a part number and a name. See what it looks like. Here you come. Second box. Rebranded Chinese dirt probably, but we'll put it in and see how it goes. So that's what it looks like. Same plug as the last one. It's that Bosch plug. Let's get it in. Okay, so the coolant sensor that we're going to replace is just here on the thermostat housing. This one. There's a lot of coolant sensors here. This one's for the fan, switch, This one, I think it's the gauge on the dash. This one's for the ECU. This one was for the AC, but the AC is removed, so I drilled and tapped that out just so I could put it in this little one for a gauge that goes on the dash. So I think this is a 17, but I'm going to remove the distributor cap first just to get at it a bit easier. So now the whole distributor is out of the way, I'm going to take this 19mm spanner, because it's a 19, and take the sensor out. So nice big long spanner, lots of leverage. That's the old one. That's the new one. And next up is the oil pressure sensor. So this is not a Bosch sensor, but it's like a Bosch sensor. And I've got a wire loom for it as well. And let's get it out of the packet. So this came from a brand called Low Dollar Motorsports. It's supposed to be like a budget sensor. There's part numbers. You can check out their website if you want to buy it. I'm going to test it out and see what it's like. I'm sure it's good. It's probably made in China like everything else, but sure, no harm. So this part here is the oil filter housing, and the oil feed for the turbo comes off there at the bottom. If you see that banjo bolt comes along, filter is meant to go here. I've got an adapter plate so I can run an oil cooler, and I've also got this adapter here with a second oil pressure sensor for the gauge that I also have on the dash beside the coolant temperature gauge. I'm going to put the new sensor in place of the old sensor, which is located here. As you can see, it's a 27mm. So I'll just get my big tool here, loosen it off. So just looking at it here, pretty long sensor. It's pretty close to the downpipe, so I hope that is not going to hit it. Is that screwing in there? So that's the sensor tightened up, and yeah, it looks a bit close, but I think I might leave it there and just use a bit of heat wrap or something around it and around the loom, or either wrap the downpipe itself. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out when we get to it. But next sensor that I can't replace right now is because it goes into the intercooler pipe right before the throttle body. So pipe comes out here, goes down, and the sensor is going to be like here somewhere. Closer to the throttle body the better. And it is the intake air temperature sensor. So this is a Bosch sensor, and there's the part number, and that's what it looks like. And to fit it, I got this Link ECU thing from the internet. Yeah, there it is. That has to be welded in to fit it. So drill it and weld it, fit it. Do that when the engine is in the car. Next sensor, or I suppose not a sensor, it's the solenoid. So the boost controller, that's going to be wired up to the ECU. We'll fit that when the engine's in the car. But another thing we can do is not a sensor so much as injectors. So I've got Bosch 550cc injectors. There's a part number. And I've got these adapters and clips for the adapters and washers to fit them. So there's a little bit of finicky modification with these. We'll get into it now. Also going to be putting the original fuel rail back on the car. I'll show you why with this fuel rail, why I'm going to be doing that. It's kind of a annoying thing, but however, the original fuel rail should be sufficient enough for this anyway. That's just bling, that thing. So if you seen my last video, I was asking about blocking this up. So I found out the thread, it's actually the same thread as the oil the oil pressure sensor, it's, what was it, 1/8, that tapered fit, whatever it is anyway. So yeah, lads, this fuel rail, there's a problem with this fuel rail. I'll get it off and I'll show you. Awesome. So yeah, I really don't like this fuel rail. There's two reasons why. One being that this whole piece here should be solid. A solid piece, not just little thin piece here and then a spacer. I don't agree with that. Don't like it. It just looks bad. Doesn't look good. Especially with the different colours. But also there is an issue with one of the injector holes, and I can't remember exactly which one it is, but a few people have mentioned it to me as well, that they bought the same fuel rail, and I think it's injector, is it 1 or 4? It was really loose fitting, and it's just really poor quality. This, come on out yet. But anyway, yeah, this fuel rail is made in China, and you can buy it on Alibaba. So yeah, I also bought these injectors from these boys, and I have no idea if they're real or not. They're supposed to be Denso, I think it was Denso 350cc injectors. But when I saw the fuel rail on Alibaba, I also saw 350cc Denso injectors as well. So, I don't know. There is a part number on them. Maybe they are real, but it just looks bad when you're selling Chinese dirt. Do you know what I mean? 100 quid I paid for that as well, like £100 sterling. Like, that's mental. And it's dirt. Like, the thing was full of swarf. I'm not one to give out, like, but I don't really care. I'm not looking for money back or anything. Like, I'm actually gonna throw this in the bin. So yeah, see injector 1, right? Just falls in and out of the hole. So I've got the old injectors out, and I have the new injectors here. So originally they have this green O-ring and a black plastic piece that we need to remove. So I'm going to show you how to pull that off now. So you carefully get your badass pliers and grip it and just pull it, but be gentle, because yeah, don't do that. You don't want to damage the tip of the injector, obviously. So don't squeeze it too tight, and just pull it. Maybe grip it in another part as well. Just pull gently. There she is. That's what she looks like. Gone. Take the green O-ring off as well. So just be careful doing it, because you don't damage the tip of the injector. Fit your top hat injector adapter. I just wet the O-ring at the top of the injector and just squash it in. Just be careful it doesn't pinch the O-ring. And then your clip goes on. Goes on like this. These are tight enough to get on. There she is on. And the one last sensor that I'm going to replace on the car is the throttle position sensor. So I've got this Bosch variable throttle position sensor with a 3D printed adapter, and that is from a guy called EP Wiring, and that brings me to what's in my big box. So yeah, I know I mentioned it in my previous video, but yeah, I was getting a wiring loom from EP Wiring. This crowd here, if you don't know them, check them out. I've got a full engine loom for the car and the Link ECU. So there's the old E-Manage. Good yoke, but the Link is better. So I was going to wire it in myself with just like a patch harness and use the original loom, but I decided to save some time, I'd get one of these engine wire looms from EP Wiring. So yeah, shout out to the boys there. It's really good quality. Just take it out and get it onto the bench here. So yeah, it's handmade. Dude in Scotland makes them. It's got all the plugs and everything to plug in, and yeah, and it just will simplify fitting the Link ECU, make it so much easier. So yeah, so I think I've kind of done everything I can do with the engine on the stand. I think it's time to get it up in the air again, and we'll get the flywheel and the clutch and the gearbox on.
Take me to you. Waiting for you. For you. To take me to you. I'll be waiting for you. For you. For you. For you. So take me to you. Waiting for you, for you. I'll be waiting, waiting for you, to take me to you.
Okay lads, so that's the engine and gearbox ready to go in. So yeah, got the flywheel, the clutch on, gearbox mounted up. I've changed all the sensors for the new Link ECU. I've changed the injectors, and I'm happy that it's ready to go in. So I'll just give you a quick sneak preview of the next video. Engine bay is painted, I'm just building back up the firewall. That'll be featured in the next video, but yeah, we'll have it ready to go in soon. So subscribe for that. Give us a like if you like the content so far, and check out my other social medias. Posting more content about the car on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, lads, thanks for watching.